Okay, so I'm just gonna run you through real quick how I make my zines. So I'm gonna open up Adobe Acrobat Pro DCs, which I already have open. I'm gonna click on Combine Files here, and then I'm going to add files, and I'm just going to add these files for a comic that I already made. And so it'll load all the files in. I have them numbered so that they load in order. So this includes the cover and the interiors. I'm going to click Combine. And this process can take quite some time depending on the file sizes. I unfortunately save these as PNGs. I use JPEGs now because of the compression is better and like the resolution is just as good. So it doesn't really matter if you use PNGs or JPEGs. I think you can even use PSDs if you have Photoshop, but I think it might load in the layers or something, but I'm not quite sure. So anyway, I'm using JPEGs nowadays, but I used to use PNGs. Actually, no, I use PNGs nowadays. I think these ones are just really big. So never mind, but you can use either. So I'm gonna cut away here while this all converts. So yeah, be right back. Okay, so the conversion is just about done. Doesn't take super long, but it's long enough for me to be annoyed by it. But yeah, so almost done here. And then, so after it's done, which it is about to be, it'll just bring up your PDF with all your pages in it. But doesn't stop here. We have some more steps to do before we can print. So yeah, these are all in order now, which is great. So I'm going to click on the little printing icon here. And then I'm going to, for the printer, I'm going to select Adobe PDF. So basically it'll print the PDF as a PDF. But the reason we want to do that is so that we can switch it to a booklet here. And then, so you want to go to properties to double check to make sure that the Adobe PDF page size is the same page size as the one you'll be physically printing with, because my printer allows a bunch of different different sizes, and I can even do custom paper sizes. So like I have half volume here for half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper. Then I have mini volume, which is a fourth sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper. But we're going to use letter for this tutorial because that's a common, most standard paper size, I believe, at least in the United States. So I'm going to hit print now, and it is going to basically save the PDF as a booklet. And it loves to say not responding, but it is. It's just slow. Oh, also in the Adobe PDF printing settings, when you select booklet, you can change the binding from left to right. So if you choose left, it'll be like like an English book where it's read from left to right. But if you select right, the binding will be right to left, so you can read the book from right to left, like say a manga that's been translated to English if you want to print that. Um, but yeah, so we're gonna hit save on our booklet now, and it's gonna send over all those pages to the new file. This can take quite a while, sometimes too. Yeah, most of the job of printing for me is waiting for files to do their thing. Okay, so then your booklet file will pop up after you have saved the PDF as a booklet. So as you can see there, it's all in the proper printing order. So when you open this, it'll still be set to booklet here. So you want to click on size for the page size and handling section, just because otherwise it'll print 4 sheets per side of paper, or 4 pages per side of paper. So yeah, you want size, so it'll print 2 sides per side of paper. And then, so you want to make sure you select your printer. So my printer is a Canon IX6820, so I select IX6800 series. So I have my printer selected now, and then I go over to properties. I already have these set up, but so you want to make sure your printer paper size is the paper you want to use. So I'm using letters, so I'm going to select letter. And then I use the draft setting, and I print in black and white. The draft setting basically speeds up printing really fast, and it lowers the quality a little bit, but I don't care too much about that. It still looks fine. I actually have a zine right here. You can see it looks fine. So, yeah. And then over in main, I go to color intensity, and I put this all the way down to, again, save on ink. It obviously appears lighter on the page, but as you can see, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. It's readable, and you can look at it, so it looks fine. So yeah, I do that to save on ink, and then you have the save ink and toner over here, so I use that too, to save on ink. And so now the next step is I'm going to print the even sides of my book first. So yes, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12, since there is 6 sheets and 12 sides. So yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I'm going to go ahead and click print on that now. Okay, and it's going to start printing finally. Yeah, as you can see, the draft setting prints the pages pretty fast. Not as fast as like text, but pretty fast for images. Okay, so an important thing to note, if you don't have a duplex printer, this is way faster if you have a duplex printer, but I don't, so I have to flip my pages manually. The tops of my pages came out on the right side, so when I put the other side back in the printer, I want to make sure that my top of my page is still on the right side, so that it prints properly and the odd pages aren't upside down. But again, if you have a duplex printer, you can skip all of these steps. So, yeah, that's in there all right. Okay. So now I'm going to print the odd sides. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Okay. And I'm going to hit print. Okay. And I do the evens first and then the odds so that when the zine is done printing, it's already in the proper order for me to staple. And I'll show you what I mean. So yeah, as you can see, my cover came out on top and my center page came out on bottom. So all I need to do now is stack up my paper so that it's all nice and even for the most part. And sorry, my video got cut off there because I ran out of phone storage. But yeah, basically after that, you staple the zine and fold it. I use one of these long arm staplers. They're about 30 bucks, and they have a ruler. So for letter size, I have it set to 5.5 inches. And yeah, it's pretty simple. So yeah, this is the completed zine. You can see the staple binding there and there. So yeah, I used 2 staples. And yeah, that's about it. If you have any more questions, again, feel free to reach out to me.